Sessions at sunrise, a way to begin every morning. Most mornings, I'm up to see the sun, and I'm used to thinking and feeling in words. I wonder what will animate me today or what will go away. I find myself in the realm of a hope dealer. I have no suit to put on, just learning to be me, not fancy, just a little clear. Am I doing all I can to preserve great leaders? Save geniuses? Am I doing all I can to bring great parents to children, great leaders to organizations? I ask myself this every morning. I ask the emerging sunrise to release me from shunning the mystery as the day unfolds, and the world does not have to be beautiful to work, but it is. So let's meet it where it is, pay close attention to things, and see possibilities. Welcome to Sessions at Sunrise. This is JD, and welcome to Sessions at Sunrise. And today I had a reflection about a morning ritual that I like to do where I get out and I walk for 30 minutes. And it's a morning ritual that I do, and it's a very interesting conversation that I want to share with you. I want to kind of bring this internal conversation out in front to relate it with you, because my senses tell me that you probably have a very similar chat that you go through when you make choices on behalf of your goals, on behalf of what you want to create. And I find there's almost humor in the honesty about what's really going on inside. And so if you take a visit real quick with some things that right now you know based on what you want you should be doing, but you procrastinate, you don't want to do them, you feel a great deal of resistance, it inspires dread, you want to run the other way, and you kind of have a chat with yourself like you're your own coach where you say, well, how am I going to work through this? And there's times when you just fail miserably and you don't have the way forward to work through, like a boat cutting through the waves. You just don't you don't execute or go forward. And so I think there's a very interesting conversation here about how resistance really works. And every goal or every creation we create, when we make a decision to create something that we don't know or something that we don't necessarily have the habits to create, there's a difference between what we're doing or what we're having now versus what we want. And playing that difference has some very interesting character in it. It has a quality of restriction, pushback, gravity, all those goodies that are very, very real. And from a lot of different directions, there's a lot of bad advice out there about how to work with a lot of those things. You know, of course, in the human potential movement, it assumes that the power is in you. And because you haven't really recognized how much great power and how much ability you have, we take it personal when we fail to our ideas. When we don't keep our word in things, we blame ourselves to think, well, we came up short. What's wrong with me? And that's really not it at all. The actual is that resistance is a very normal thing. It's actually built into us. And it's really a quality that's in us that is built right out of our nervous system. And so a lot of us struggle on how to develop a relationship with our own resistance. And so that's kind of what I'd like to go into right now. And you know, I like to write poetry early in the morning between 5 a.m. and 6 a.m. That's what Sessions at Sunrise are really about, is meeting the morning and then having that opportunity. And I wrote a piece called Walking Forward, and I'd like to share it with you. It's called Walking Forward. And I think it describes very clearly that internal conversation that I go through, that negotiating, that kind of war sometimes I think I have to wage to my resistance. Walking forward. Here is my chat with myself this morning again. Walking brings me nearer where I want to be. Yet an inner enemy inside me resists this. I am afraid of this resisting force. It has intense gravity to walk away from walking. If I send it away, then I am unreal and inhuman. It just keeps coming back tomorrow for another invitation, another visit to test my seriousness. If I find myself at war and I'm ready to amass my defense, if I look at it from high above, it's all just for nothing. I have not the powers in me to outsmart my inner enemy, and I cannot disrespect the pull of its hidden agenda. During this next visit, I told it that it possesses me fully. I'm joining in, and that I am not so serious, and I retreat into subordination. I give up. No longer will I attempt to walk as I refuse and comply. I pledge, and I will join resistance. It has me as if my head is in the mouth of a tiger. But only so long at this the enemy has handed me back to me, as if it had some sense of goodness in it and felt sorry, or it felt that it won, and I am sent out to walk. See, the will to have me was greater than the win, and I am released from the mouth and find myself out walking. So there I am. I see my feet moving and following my decision to be there. And as I walk, the voice creeps up again, telling me my dislike for walking. I can listen to this, because I'm not of this voice. It is distant from me. I hold the space for it, and I find myself in the realm of my care. Perhaps tomorrow the enemy will ask again, stop walking. Letting this be is my bridge to choose out of my truest care. Being whole, I am human, and these influences make me who I am. So what does my caring serve? Is it to my dreams? Yes. My aspirations? Oh yes. And these are bigger urges to attend to, that I'm going to append to my attention. Because the power is in those dreams, not me. And I want to be living longer. I choose to. And that's a fundamental choice that I choose to serve. And to this, I walk forward. Walking forward. So you find yourself in the moment of a goal. You find yourself in the moment of making a choice. And then you meet this sort of honesty about what's really on your path, this inner enemy, and it's standing there. So do you avert its gaze? No. Do you ignore it? No. Do you aggress on it, overpower it? Do you apply aggression? Do you bring ferocity? No. You meet it. You welcome it. You have tea with it. You sit with it. You let it be. You let go of pushing against it, because you can't exercise it. You can't remove it. There's no manipulation. You have no play. You have no card in your hand. There's nothing to do but just be real about its space. Give it space, because what you make space for can move. You can walk forward. So it doesn't mean you have to summon your allies. Suddenly you have to force yourself or manipulate yourself or propagandize to yourself about your goal or fake it till you make it or all that BS. Why try it? Why bother? Just be true. Be human. Report what's true to yourself. Give yourself a fluency check. Pay a regular visit to yourself when that resistance comes. And if you try to join it, and join it you will, it'll put you right back to go on. It'll send you back right into your goal. So you've got some options here. So what I recommend is that as you set your goals, be inclusive with this. Don't act like you have to advertise to yourself or build yourself up or try to overwhelm or overcome anything. You're fragile. You're human. You have imperfections. Don't make it about you. I always remember what Picasso said. He said, the power is in the painting. I suppose what that meant was when we have a dream, or we have a virtual reality to create that we care about, that has the power, not us. Thank you.